Tony Ferguson is done as a guy that I've seen in the octagon. Tony's done, bro. Like, he is a shell of himself, and he doesn't want to retire, right? He actually said he feels like he got better. He saw some good things. I'm like, what did he do in there to show that he's better than he was prior? You know what's the crazy thing about Tony Ferguson to me, Ryan, is that it wasn't like gradual. It wasn't like a gradual decline. It was like he got to the edge of a cliff and just fell off the cliff.
Yep.
It was Justin Gaethje, and then that was it. The moment he was done with that interim title fight, he wasn't as good. Now, granted, he lost to Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira. So you go,
yes,
well, he's fighting the best in the world.
He is.
But now we got to see him fight Nate Diaz, who's not the best in the world right now. Nate will tell you he's the best in the world. But he didn't do great against Nate. He landed the inside leg kicks, a lot of inside leg kicks. But if you fought Nate Diaz or watched him fight, you know that's how you beat him. That's why Conor, even though he got carried out of the octagon in the rematch, was able to win because he just kept kicking the front leg of Diaz. Ferguson just does not seem to have it anymore, but he does not seem to have the self-awareness to understand it. You know, he just doesn't really want to walk away from the game, and I get it. It's hard to walk away, but he just doesn't have it anymore, man. And I honestly don't know who the UFC can match him up with anymore, because if he'd have fought Li Jingliang, he would have lost to him.
Yes.
And it would have probably been worse because Li would have hit him with big shots early. So I just don't know who they could match this guy up with anymore.
The Nate Tony fight, look, two great guys. I would have liked to have seen that fight 8 years ago. You know, kind of just when I was watching, it reminded me of, I used to watch the old timers, always watch old timers day with my dad, right? With baseball, tell me how good DiMaggio was. And this guy, and then you see the guy get up and he's trotting around the bases. And as a young kid, I'm going, what the fuck? You're not even like, I'm young, so I'm not making it like the guy. And the guy was probably 42 at the time. He wasn't even, I don't even think those old timers were that old back then. Yeah. But it just looked, I was like, how could that guy have been good? You know what I mean? So I'm saying, I think somebody who tuned in to MMA for the first time that watched that fight. And again, two great guys. And I love Nate Diaz. Any guy comes out to give me shelter with the Rolling Stones. I mean, guy's the best, man. That's why the guy's got a lot of followers. He's just, everything he does appeals to somebody, right?
Yeah.
But it just looked, it's a last minute thing, right? So everybody has to adjust. All of them had to adjust to different opponents, and it just looked, like a little slow. I'm gonna say,
I think that's a fair.
Tony's running around. He's turning his back. They're screaming. They must have said, "Don't turn your back 50 times during the fight." There's a guy at the top of, that's what I'm saying. Like I just would have rather have seen the fight 8 years ago. I think it would have been a great fight. But you could see, like, Nate really feels for Tony. That's what I love about what Nate too is, like, he knows, the guy was 12-0. I think he feels for him. He's been around for a long time. I think he would do anything to see that guy make a good payday, which I hope he did. So that the camaraderie part and that part of it was just absolutely fantastic. I just think that, there was a lot more behind the scenes going on, and I don't know, even, the guys, the corner telling him to take him down. He's beating up the guy's leg.
I know.
I mean, it's like the whole thing was just weird to me,
He approached this fight like he was going against a sparring partner that he absolutely dominates in tools and practice whenever he wants. He just walked forward like he had no respect for Kevin Holland whatsoever. He's like, I'm going to dominate you. I'm going to make this look easy because I know I'm going to make it look easy. It was that level of confidence.
I think you give him the winner of Bilal and Sean Brady. You give him an opportunity to make the weight. But obviously the UFC is going to have to do I don't want to say a better job, but maybe have somebody on it, throughout camp to monitor that. But you do give him another chance.
Yeah.
Ever since he got Corona,
yeah,
and all these health issues,
had a little bit of a hard time making the weight.
Yeah.
Ever since that issue, yeah. I must be honest with you. Ever since that issue, like his body has been like a little bit off when it comes down to like pushing it to the last like drop. Like so that's the but I'm just speculating now, you know. I'm like I said, I'm not a physician, I'm not a doctor, I'm not anything like that, and I don't claim to be one. Like I just when somebody like that has the education and the knowledge tells you to listen, stop cutting weight now.
Yeah,
that's my advice. And if I didn't do that, I'll be irresponsible. If I didn't do that, I'll be irresponsible as a person and as a coach. That's responsible for the health and safety of the guys.
Irene Aldana versus who's her opponent?
Macy Chiasson.
Yes, she did an up kick from her back and did a liver shot. So she kicked her in her liver from her back and dropped her with a body shot from her back. What the fuck?
Rogan says he's never seen it. I don't. Obviously, I've never seen that, and I've seen people take liver shots, but never from the ground. And they say it just shuts you down. It just shuts your body off.
Yes, it does. It does. And the thing that sucks about those liver shots is you're fine. The second it feels better, like you're better. You're like, hey, how's it going? And you're fine. The fight's over. So, but at the time, it's almost like a taser. With like, and they can't get up. But they get over it within a minute or 30 seconds, and then you're like, I blew it. So I'll tell you. But Irene Aldana was looking amazing anyway.
I'll just come out and say it. I thought Li Jingliang probably edged it, in my opinion. I'm always very hesitant to say that because it wasn't a robbery. It was a close fight. I probably thought it was going to go to Lee, but it didn't. And I don't want to take away from the hard work and effort that Daniel Rodriguez put out. It was an entertaining fight. I thought Lee looked really good. Footwork was improved. Fantastic head movement on display. Good shot selection. I thought he looked great. But, two out of the three judges thought D-Rod did more. It wasn't a robbery. What are you going to do?
That's on Kevin. That's not on.
I know, 100%, 100%. Yes.
It's on Kevin Holland, who's 100%. A great guy. We are big fans of Kevin Holland. We support him on the show. We really like. Sure. I like.
100%.
I think he's great. He has a very relaxed vibe when he fights.
Yeah.
Now, they touched hands before in the middle of the cage.
No, they didn't. I thought they didn't.
I disagree. I believe they did. Now, Jimmy, you may say.
I thought they didn't.
You may say, Matt, you smoke a lot of reefer, and I am more with it than you are because I'm sober for a long time. And that might be true, Jimmy. Might be true. But I'm right on this.
Hey, for you Kazmat fans, y'all, it was Herb Dean's fault. Oh, dude. It's good now, baby. It's good now. Last time I had to do something like this to the shoulder, I went 5-0 in 2020. I don't think we got enough time to do 5-0 because we already lost this year. That shit hurt. Yeah. Nah, I got my normal check. What are you talking about? Paid. I got paid the same amount of money I always get paid. Right? When am I going to fight Masvidal? That's a good question. Masvidal is chasing Leon, so I don't think that's going to happen. I didn't get to see the Nate and Tony fight, but from what I've seen, that shit looked amazing. I'll run it back with anybody. Don't you ask me that type of question. I don't know why I touch because I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy, but a dumb guy. Maybe that's just what it is.
You should get a
I lost because my dick was too big and I couldn't stop the takedown.
Go to wherever yeah.
Getting too old for this shit.
No, but I can't be. I mean, I'm only...
Jesus. Yeah, you're only. Can't beat the clock, Briggs.
What am I gonna do?
Accept it. Like I do.
I'm about to fucking cry.